I see your dirty face hide behind your collar. What is done in vain? Truth is hard to swallow, so you pray to God to justify the way you live a lie, live a lie, live a lie. And you take your time, and you do your crimes. Well, you made your bed, I made mine. Because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. I can take you higher. What this is, forgot. I must now remind you. Let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. 'Cause now the
Welcome back to Bear Sports Network. Anthony Brown here with Chris Rickenbaugh. We're getting set for Game 2 of the day, Game 4 of the set between LR Bears and the Queens Royals. Chris, how you feeling after the little break? You energized? You ready for 9 innings?
Oh, absolutely. 9 innings, ready to go. It's going to be interesting to see what Bears team comes out. We saw them get off to a little bit of a slow start, only 1 run through the first 4 innings. Then they went on a run and had 2 runs each in the 5th and the 6th inning. So what Bears team is going to come out? Are they going to strike early? Are they going to be able to put runs on the board? Are they going to be able to hold Queens? We're about to answer those questions, AB.
We are about to answer those questions. Same lineup as Game 1. Drew Glassy leading it off. He'll also play center field. Takes the first pitch ball right there on the mound for the Royals. It'll be number 36, Wes Bowling. Gets a foul tip right there. 1-1. You talked about it earlier. The Bears, they were in control. It felt like that whole game in Game 1. Got out the run early, and another stellar pitching performance from Andrew Patrick to follow up his no-hit bid last time. Drew Glassy pulls it right into the shift, and that'll do for the first out of the inning.
Solid play by Queens. Gillespie just not being able to find a hole in that Queens defense early on here. Had a couple good hits early in the first game, but nothing late. Struck out late in the 7th as well.
Bowling now, looking to keep it going. He faces Furlinda, hitting second for the Bears. He'll be playing second base as well. E.J. Rennell's on deck, be your designated hitter, hitting in a 3-hole. And that one, slow roller, taken calmly. Throw is a little wild, as that's always a lot more challenging for the pitchers than you might think coming off the mound and just making a simple throw over to any of the bases. You're not on an angled mound, so sometimes that throw can just get a little array. Good job by Sexton to be quick and make the catch. E.J. Rennell now up to the plate, designated hitter. Takes a nice swing at the first one.
One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs early here in the top of the first for the Bears.
Swing and a miss right there as the weather still continues. Last I checked, it was up at 71 wind. Still pretty persistent, as you can hear. Played an impact in Game 1. A lot of fly balls. And Rennell gets that one in the air. Take it out the center. But it's going to be caught. Controlled. 1, 2, 3 go the Bears in the top half of the first. We're going to take a quick pause and be back with the Royals at the plate. 0-0 here on the Bear Sports Network.
Oh, gotcha. I heard that and I'm like, all right. You're good.
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, a quick top half of the first, and now Joshua Lanham for the Bears will be on the mound. But let's get to this starting rotation or starting lineup for the Royals. Batting first, we have Dominic Ford. He'll play center field. Second will be Riley Cheek, and he's in right field. Hitting third will be third baseman Mason Pickard. Hitting fourth, your designated hitter Carter Foster. Hitting fifth, your second baseman Drake Harris. Sixth, catcher Julian Bailey. Seventh, shortstop Zach Weston. Eighth, first baseman Alex Sexton. Ninth, but not least, your left fielder, number 26. Correction, we'll have to get a name on that one as it's misplaced here on the roster. But Josh Lanham on the mound for the Bears. He earned Pitcher of the Week honors for his performance start this season against Coker. And what are you expecting to see out of him today, Chris?
Haven't seen him so far yet. Again, this is my first day out. Hopefully, he'll be able to keep the pitching streak going. We've had a lot of these Bears pitchers be very successful so far this season. Just absolutely showing out was Andrew Patrick in that first game as a big hit to start the game for the Queens Royals. That's going to be a base hit.
Ford right there. Ropes one out the right field. Gets in front of Will Jones. Just for an update, batting ninth in the order and playing left field will be Noah Johnson. Noah Johnson. He's rocking number 26 today.
We saw Manny Montez for the Bears make quite a few plays in the first game in the outfield, doing a great job as well with all those fly balls. As we're going to see a strike for that first pitch.
Just a quick scouting report for you, Chris, so you can see what to expect. And for the fans at home, Josh Lanham is a fire baller. He'll challenge you, but he's got a decent off-speed pitch to keep hitters honest. And his first outing against Coker, he was electrifying. Came in and struck out the first four dudes he faced. It's part of the reason why he earned honors of Pitcher of the Week. And he can electrify this dugout. Ford is running, hit and run action. That finds a gap, and they're going to send Ford to third. Jones throws it in, and now you got runners at the corner. Royals getting something started early here.
Yeah, runners now on first and third. Queens coming out to a fast start after putting down the Bears. 3 batters up, 3 batters down for the Bears. Now 2 runners on base for the Royals. As we see number 13, Mason Picard, up to bat for the Royals.
And if you're the Bears, this is a dangerous spot here, but looks like they might be in a position where they'll trade 2 outs for a run with Ford on third. The middle infield still back, playing a double play depth with the corners in. Good check over there at the first base. Pickard hitting third in the lineup. He's moved all over the lineup today and yesterday. Been probably the most consistent plate appearance. Gets a swing and a miss right there from Lanham. Got to be careful with fly balls too. Can put one out at the fence. Ford can run. Sacrifice fly always in place, especially no outs to start this game. Another check on the runner.
3 checks right in a row, keeping these Queens runners on their toes. Lots of stolen bases in the first game. That's definitely something that Lanham is going to be checking on today.
Pretty quick motion though for Lanham as that one's fouled off by Pickard. 0-2 at the plate, and Lanham looking for a big strikeout right here. As I said earlier, a power pitcher. He'd love to get a strikeout after getting a couple hits up early. The Royals really struggled at the plate in the last 2 games, if you want to even go back to the second game yesterday. So They have to be excited to get something going here. Early on in the contest. Bears looking to go 3-1 in this 4-game set. Runner's going, and that's fouled off. Cheek. They've been checking on him, and he finally was looking to go. But at the plate, it's fouled off. Still 0-2.
Bears outfield close to the fences. The wind is swinging around here. We're going to see a swing and a miss, I believe.
Just got a piece of it, I think you could hear.
Yeah. I believe he just got a piece of it.
Let's stay alive in this count. Good job of battling at the plate right now by Pickard. If you're the Bears, really need a strikeout or just an out right here without giving up a run. That's probably the two fastest runners on the roster are all on base right now for the Royals. Off and running. Stolen base. Loss of a helmet. And Cheek, maybe not the cleanest of slides in the second base right there, but he gets the stolen base.
Yeah, whatever gets the job done. Helmet comes off. I believe it bounced off the ground.
1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. And a big swing and a miss right there for the first out of the game. Lanham needed that one. He got it. Brings up your designated hitter, number 33, Carter Foster.
Lots of pitches early here for Lanham. Runners on second and third. Only 1 out. If you get a big hit here, that could put Queens up very earlier in this ball game.
1 in the dirt, but Clarno smothers it back there. Counts 1-0. It's always a weird spot when you have a base open. You don't necessarily want to walk a guy, but you don't want to give him anything to hit, knowing that you have 1 base to play with out there.
No, loading the bases would not be good for this Bears team right now with only 1 out.
Good pitch. That's called a strike.
And it is worth mentioning that Queens was starting to get on a little bit of a roll in the bottom of the 7th, and before they ended the game, had 2 runners on base. They were starting to roll right there at the end, so will they be able to continue that?
Some good pitching going on right now. Better at bat at the plate as Foster leads the count 2-1. You said it, they're making Lanham throw a lot of pitches early. And that one's just a little dribbler. But it's called foul. Bounce back off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning, 2 runners on. An important pitch right here for the Bears, trying to get out of trouble. Got a feeling the dugout might give out a roar for whoever can get the best of this result. And a big swing and a miss.
Batter really reached for that one. Foster was just a little bit outside, wasn't able to really squish the bug right there and get into it. Really reached across the plate, it looks like, from here.
Yeah, I think that off-speed pitch got him guessing. Expected maybe some heat. Big time second out. Runners on second and third. 2 outs. Drake Harris at the plate. Royals don't want to waste a good opportunity like this. This is the stuff that early on in the game can swing momentum. And now 2 out in the inning. Harris had a couple big hits yesterday. Going to look for a big one to start off this game. Takes another one low. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Chris, you got to watch it. If he does get one down, you're looking at possibly 2 runs scoring because Cheek and Ford can both fly.
Yeah, you're looking at 2 runs here for the Royals, as that pitch is going to be a little bit inside for ball 3. Expect one to go right down the middle here, get him swinging. But yeah, 2 runners on the base. The Bears do not want to get down early. That's what happened yesterday in the first game. They lost 0-2, and all those runs came really, really early in the ball game.
Strike is poured in right there, as you said. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Gonna be careful about the selection. You don't want to just serve up a meatball here, but still trying to get back in. Time is called by Harris.
This is Lanham's 3rd appearance, and as a starter, he's 1-0.
Leg kick, and that one will go off the back hip. Just a little bit loose on control today. But I think a smile's let out as he knows. Lanham knows that he hasn't been particularly crisp to start out today, if you'd have to say.
Yeah, coming into the game, he's only allowed 5 hits, 1 run, and he had 14 strikeouts.
Power pitcher. He's got 2 strikeouts in this inning. Looking for a 3rd one to get out of trouble here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the 1st inning. And at the plate, number 44, Julian Bailey. He takes a first pitch ball. That was a good-looking pitch that he laid off right there.
Bailey ripped one earlier in the first game as well today.
And the catcher plays an impact in everything that goes on. And as a catcher, has a great eye of the strike zone. Doesn't chase. See, control has been lost. Bears not going to waste any time. Going to send out the pitching coach for a quick discussion here. 2-0, 2 outs, but bases loaded. Can't give up any more, Chris.
Absolutely not. Yeah, bases loaded with a big hitter. He's already hit a couple big ones today. That's pretty scary for the Bears early in this first game, or in the second game, excuse me.
You talk about it. Bears dropped game 1 of this 4-game set yesterday. Final score of 2-0. And then they won the second half of that doubleheader last night, 6-4. Won the game earlier today. And looking to get a big-time performance here, but down 3-0 in the count. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, nowhere to put them. Bailey going to have a big eye at the plate here. And a strike is punched in.
Yeah, great eye by the batter. Just kind of playing games right now, it seems like, by Lanham with these batters.
A swing, and that one's up in the air out to left. Might hang up. Mahue plays it, and he catches it, and that'll get the Bears out of trouble. Bases loaded, but nobody crosses. 3 ducks left out on the pond for the Royals. That'll do for the first inning. We'll be back on the Bears Sports Network.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, and first inning brought us a lot of entertainment, a lot of different angles for the Royals. It was quick, 3 up, 3 down. And then for the Bears, they had a little bit of trouble in the bottom half, but still no runs. 0-0 is what we have. And what'd you see after just 1 inning of work there, Chris?
Well, the Royals were able to make pretty quick work of the Bears, pretty much taking over where they ended the first game. And then it pretty much seemed like the first game never ended as Queens got right back to hitting very well. So can they continue to do this? I'll be interested to see if Queens can get another quick inning out of the Bears and then get back to hitting. It could be looking at a tough game for these Bears, but they've battled so far, and that's what this Bears team is really good at doing, winning that first game 5-1, the second game 6-4 yesterday as well.
And Nick Clarino takes a look at one. He gets ball 1. He'll be hitting in the 4th spot, catcher. Puts one out there, and that one's got a chance. A lot of talk in the outfield, and Ford cruises under it, takes control for out 1. Bears swung a lot early in game 1. In game 2, and not too far off. They're being aggressive if they like the pitch.
Yeah, you've seen these Bears not afraid to swing at the ball. We saw that in the first inning as well as right off the bat here in the second.
And a pitch inside to Mackey. Mackey with a good eye. Actually, that's a strike. Take that one for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And then he serves one out to center field. That one's going to be back at the wall. And Ford gets it. Mackey gave it a ride. The wind gave it a push. It's just not enough.
Yeah, back-to-back plays made by Ford in the outfield. But 2 really good hits by the Bears as well. You know, we said not afraid to swing at the ball. They're making really good contact. It's just not quite enough to get it outside the park. And we've seen that all day long here.
McHugh at the plate, showing bunt. Trying to get some of the wheels turning here. Get the Royals to play defense. And we've seen good defense from both sides all weekend. This has been well-played baseball. Good to see them get some good weather. McHugh takes a big swing at it. It's down, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Time is called. And McHugh, spark plug for the Bears. Rips one, but that'll be caught at short. And another 1-2-3 inning for the Bears. They made some noise there, but no runs. We're going to take a short break, be back for the bottom half of the second here on the Bear Sports Network. Back here on the Bear Sports Network, bottom half of the second inning, and Bears had a couple of loud outs there, but no hits still. And Lanham back on the mound, looking to go over to work, and he'll face Zach Weston, shortstop, who made the play to end the top of the second. He'll grab a bat and start it off here. Big swing, and that'll be fouled off.
Yeah, first ball being fouled off. Lanham had a lot of pitches in that first inning. Loaded the bases up, but was able to end it with the strikeout.
Pitch taken a little low right there. Let's see if Bears can get some strikes out of here. Had to work a little bit. 2 rocket shots in the first inning.
Lanham coming into the game with 14 strikeouts. That's going to go over our head and foul, moving the count to 1-2, 0 outs.
Again, I thought I might have had a play on it. Just a little too much.
Little bit too far out of our reach.
1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Still got a little sunlight left here. And a big swing and a miss for the first strikeout of the inning. 1 down. Bears better start this inning already than last one, where the first 2 batters reached on 2 hits.
And AB, you said it over the break. Once Lanham starts striking these guys out, this bench and this dugout goes crazy. You can start to feel it underneath us. They're starting to get a little bit louder.
Sexton now, first baseman. He'll step in, and he looks at a strike. Lanham now comes set on the mound. And that one is roped out into left field. Good job by Sexton. Stand behind it, finding space right over top of David Bell at short. And that'll be the 3rd hit of the day. Something that I find a little different. You don't normally see this out of starting pitchers, but Lanham, he stays in the stretch the whole game. Doesn't really go through his windup too much. Likes to pitch out of his stretch. Maybe that's because his technique's a little more sound there.
Yeah, every pitcher's a little bit different on how they were taught or what they like to do for themselves. And, you know, if he feels comfortable with that, obviously he's been pretty successful with it. I wouldn't fix it or change it up even.
Now 1 ball, no strikes. Bunt showed, but they'll check on the runner over there at first base. One out here for the Bears. Went down quietly in their half of the inning. One is fouled back. Now the count even, 1-1. Noah Jones at the plate. He's back there in the box. Check on the runner. Good move, but better job by Sexton to get back.
Lanham keeping these runners in check, not letting them steal. Couple stolen bases last game and even in the first inning. As we're seeing him take off, he's going to be called safe.
That's a bang play. Really close. From my angle, it looked like Ferlinda did a good job of getting the glove right on the hand. Snap tag, run you through a replay so you can get your own gauge at how close that was. Clarno with his best field and throw down there, bang, doesn't go in the way of the Bears. Counts 1-2, 1 out, runner on second base.
Yeah, from our angle, I thought he had him for sure.
And a big swing and a miss. 2 batters, 2 outs, 2 strikeouts for the Royals. Flip the lineup over, though, to Ford in his first at-bat. He got a single. Looking to add on to it.
Yeah, Lanham's really successful in getting those two strikes and not getting up in the balls. I think that's what leads to all these strikeouts, AB.
Good pitch right there as he gets a first pitch strike on Ford. Ford in his first at bat, like we said, roped one out to center field. Got a single to get this game started off. Takes one high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Lanham looking to get out of trouble. He's got 2 strikeouts already in this inning. You mentioned it. Power pitcher. He came in with some strikeouts already, and he's been active today. 4 Ks through 5 outs.
Not getting down in the count has been key so far. You'll see 2 strikes on the board and then only 1 ball, and that opens it up. Keeping an eye on the runner as well.
Big leg kick, a swing, and a miss. Nice off-speed pitch. Ford guessing a little bit, unable to hold his hands back. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Let's see. He's got 80% of the outs with strikeouts so far. Can he get another one? Go set, leg kick. Can't get it. It's a pretty pitch, but Ford able to lay off of it. Good eye.
Yeah, looks good from here.
Evens the count at 2-2. That did look pretty from here, Chris. Don't know where he missed. Like you said, we're angled over here on the dugout, so it might have been a little bit outside. Lanham comes set. Pitch, swing, and a miss. And he lets out a little bit of a yell. You don't think these Bears can feel the importance of this. Still, after 2, we're tied 0-0 here. Bears looking to get a hit in the top of the 3rd.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Back on the Bear Sports Network, 2 innings down. This is a 9-inning game. 2nd game of a doubleheader today. 4th game of a 4-game set between the LR Bears and the Queens Royals. Been power pitching on one side for the Bears, and for the Royals, it's been efficient pitching as Will Jones steps up to the plate, looking for the first hit of the day. Big swing and a miss right there.
Yeah, Royals with 3 hits on the day, Bears with none. It's been 3 up, 3 down the past 2 innings for this Lenoir-Rhyne team. Hoping to change it up here as this one's going to be fouled off, moving the count to 2.
See if that one was going to roll back. Had a little bit of a backspin on it. But it stays foul. Count goes now to 0-2. Jones going to be in there battling. He had a couple hits earlier today in the first game. Looks at one in the dirt. Lanham for the Bears just looks so efficient, getting strikeouts all over the place. 5 of the 6 outs have been strikeouts. Jones battling at the plate. Fouls one off. 1-2.
Will Jones coming into the day hitting 231, 26 at-bats before today's 2 games.
Yeah, Jones, he's pretty consistent at the plate. Numbers haven't really popped out too much yet, but his appearances have. And battles again. Hits that one right back to bowling. Rolls one over there, and Sexton, nice and composed, scoops it up out of the ground, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, pitcher Wes Bowling keeping his first baseman on his toes over there. Instead of tossing it, rolls it, getting that first out. This Queens team has played so efficient through these first 2 innings.
First pitch swinging, David Bell. Speedster down the line. He's safe. Beats it out. Wow. Zach Weston was deep in the hole and just didn't get enough on that throw. David Bell was absolutely flying down the line.
Yeah, these Royals getting a little bit comfortable. Didn't put enough on it, and that's going to put the Bears on base for their first hit of the day.
Sometimes they have to be earned. It's the first hit for the Bears. It's an infield single. Continues the inning with Manny Montez at the plate.
Yesterday's second game was tied all the way down to the 9th inning, where a big 2 runs by the Bears won the game, as we're going to see a steal.
We're actually going to be awarded the base here. No pitch on a balk. Queens a little bit upset, but said the pitcher didn't come set bowling. Never gathered himself before throwing the pitch, so that'll be a ball and advanced the runner.
Manny Montez up at the plate, had a couple big hits in the first game today.
Big swing and a miss. That's a strike.
Yeah, that ball was a lot lower than he thought it was going to be.
The count is 1-1. Another one in the dirt. Now makes the count 2-1.
The count is at 3-1 for Manny Montez. Runner on second for the Bears, 1 out.
Montez calls for times. Swing, puts it in play. Over to third. Bell. He'll take off on the throw. Out at first. Bell will go over to third base. Montez, productive out right there, advancing the runner.
Again, this Queens team very efficient on the defensive side, able to get those outs. This would have been their 3rd out, but the shortstop, Zach Weston, left it a little bit soft, allowing that runner to get on first base. Now on third.
And Glassy, he's up at the plate now. Out in his first appearance of the day, so looking to get a hit here and add on to what's been a spectacular start to the season for him. Came into the day hitting .500, added to that after the first performance. A couple of appearances on base. Takes a ball, 1-0. Swings and gets underneath this one. It's a long run. Jones calls, and that'll do for this top half of the third inning. Again, Bears not able to make a lot of noise here, but finally got a runner on, got the first hit of the game. One hit in the inning, but no runs, 0-0. We'll be back here on the Bear Sports Network. Back on the Bear Sports Network. LR tied here, 0-0. Lanham at the plate, or at the mound. Cheek at the plate. Cheek had a single in his first plate appearance. Lanham's been nothing but strikeouts so far.
Yeah, these Royals have been able to get a hold of the ball, get on base, 3 hits already today, but big shot out to center field. That's going to allow the Cheek to advance to second. That's going to be a double right off the bat.
And Cheek with his second hit of the day. Single and a double. Halfway to the cycle. Keeps the inning going to Mason Pickard. He struck out last time up. It's been a lot of strikeouts early on. 5 of the 6 outs. Off speed there, unable to catch the mound. Looked like a good pitch, but again, just a little bit outside. 1-0.
Royals with 4 hits on the day so far. 1 runner on second, 0 outs. Count is 1-0. Lanham's going to check on the runner at second. Lots of stolen bases by these Queens Royals today.
Cheek stole third yesterday, so he's not afraid to run. I think that's a good job by the Bears to check. Just keep him honest. Big lead, big swing, and a miss. And he got a slight piece of that, but right into the glove. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing, and that one again fouled off.
Fouled off into the stands. Lots of fans back in the stands for these Bears ball games. It's amazing to see all these parents and students come back out and be able to enjoy the games.
Really changes the environment when you're allowed to have spectators. I know.
Oh, absolutely.
We're getting back into the swing of that in the world of sports. But a check on the runner leads to nothing. Fans have been loud here today, as well as the dugouts. 2 strikes. Good pitch, but better eye. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dugout thought they had another K for Lanham.
As you said, the count is 2-2. This is where Lanham gets really lethal, starts throwing those strikes. as he shakes that pitch off.
And a big swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 on the day. 7 outs, 6 strikeouts.
How about that?
Wow.
This Bears pitching has been on it today.
Dad. Wow. That's a heck of a start, but trouble still out there on second base as Carter Foster, designated hitter, also a strikeout victim. He'll look to avenge that and bring across Cheek, who can fly. So if you get one out in the outfield, might guarantee a run. Good pitch right there. A little get me over curveball.
Still runner on second base. Carter Foster up at bat. Lanham with the pitch.
Out in front, off the glove of Lanham. Or maybe it caught a little bit of his arm or something. He just shakes it off.
Yeah, right back at the pitcher. That's never fun. It's more shocking than anything. You don't expect that ball to come straight back at you. Wasn't able to collect it, advancing that runner to third base, and now another runner on first. 5 hits already through these first 3 innings for the Royals.
Trouble has been brewing for the Bears, as you said, 5 hits. Another inning, runners on the corner, 1 out. Drake Harris at the plate. He was hit by a pitch last time. Riley Cheek on third. Still got double play potential up the middle. Haven't seen a bunch of those this weekend, but be a great time to get a 4-6-3 double play.
Yeah, we've seen a double play once today.
Checks on the runner a couple times, and Harris still waiting for the first pitch of this at bat.
Lanham really keeping these runners in check.
It's part of the cat and mouse game that it is, being on the mound.
But he's right to do that, because we've seen a lot of these players steal bases as that runner's getting a little bit too confident over there, getting a little bit more space between him and the bag.
Like kicking a bonnet show by Harris. After all that, it's 1-0. And if you're Lanham, you got to lock in now and get a big time out here. Harris, deep in the box, lays the bunt down the first base line. It's a great job of getting the run through. Just small ball executed to the best right there. Bunt down the first base line. Couldn't place any better. First run on the board for the Royals.
Yeah, you had to think with all these Royals being put or getting on base that they were going to start scoring runs eventually, and we just saw the first one. They had bases loaded in the first inning. Lanham with the strikeout ended that. And now another runner on second.
The sacrifice bunt for an RBI. Runner on second. 2 outs in the inning.
The sun not quite a problem anymore for the Bears, as it's gone behind a cloud and the sun is starting to set. Throughout that first inning, it was pretty tough to see, as you could see both teams is struggling a little bit with it, especially the outfielders.
And the sun, it just creates natural problems whenever you play outdoors, do anything with an outside event. We even saw, no matter what sport it is, at the pro level, amateur level, it's always going to be a problem. Strike is pounded in right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs in the inning. Check on the runner real quick. Bailey is at the plate. Catcher flew out. He's the only out of the game, or now he's one of 2 outs in the game that wasn't by strikeout. That pitch had some heat on it. Taken high.
Count moves 2-1. 1 out on the day. 5 hits for the Royals as they lead 1-0.
A big swing and a miss. Bailey thought he saw it. Missed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner on second base.
Yeah, you can see he didn't put everything into that swing, kind of thought twice about it. But it's going to be called a strike.
2 outs. Anything is down, that runner at second base will be moving. Already 1 strikeout in the inning for Lanham. Looking for another one. And he gets it. 7 of the 9 outs recorded have been via strikeouts. Absolute power pitching on the mound, but the Royals break through for 1 run, and they lead this after 3, 1-0. We'll be back on the Bear Sports Network.
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, Xander Ferlinda step in. Doesn't waste any time again. And lines one to third base. That is caught, taken care of.
That's been about the story for the Bears through this second game. You know, nothing getting past these Queens Royals. It's been 3 up, 3 down through the first 2 innings. Got a few on base. Finally got that first hit in the third, but not able to capitalize on it. It's not like they haven't been hitting the ball. Just not able to find the soft spots in this Queens defense. As he's going to get a piece of it, it's going to go to move the count to 0 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out.
You mentioned it. They're making contact, just haven't been able to really place any down on the ground so far. But the Bears, nevertheless, only down 1 run, and it's early on here. Rennell gets a line of that one, and it is snagged.
Wow.
Lost his sunglasses in the process, but what a catch by Drake Harris. Quick reactions. The shift helped him. He was already in the hole a little bit. The Bears, same story. They keep hitting the ball hard, but the Royals are just in the right spot. It's getting hit right to them. Only thing you can do is smile. As now Nick Clarino, he's at the plate. Wind blowing out.
This is really taking a lot of pitches off the arm of, Wes Bowling. We've seen Lanham have to strike out a lot of his batters, but Bowling, he's been relying on the rest of his team to help with those outs, and that's really saving his arm.
Swing and a miss right there from Clarno. Counts at 1-2, 2 outs. Lanham so far has 7 Ks, and we see a K right there for Bowling to end the half inning through 4.5 here, or halfway through 4. And the Royals lead 1-0. We'll be back on the Bear Sports Network. Back here on the Bear Sports Network. And it's Lanham back on the mound. He's given up 5 hits today. 1 run. And he'll start the inning out against Zach Weston, strikeout victim.
Yeah, Lanham's been really good on the mound so far today. Staying with the count, not getting behind. And that's led to a lot of these strikeouts for him. As you'll see, a lot of the times it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes or 1 ball and 2 strikes. And then he just comes in with the strikeout. He's been dominant so far on the mound.
Gets ahead right there. Another good pitch, but laid off. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one down and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. You mentioned it earlier. The Bears have had to use a lot of pitches so far early on. Lanham just not been able to really get quick outs. Hits Weston, second hit batter of the game.
Quite a few hits for the Royals already today on Lanham, but no runs that you can show for. Only one that the Royals have, where they had 2 runners advance to second and third, is when they got the score.
Sexton, a big swing and a miss. He got a hit in his first time through. Looking to add to that now. Runner on first base, and Weston, who can run shortstop, showing off some wheels early on in this series with a couple stolen bases. Lanham now checks on the runner. Control's been a little bit of a problem for somebody who has 7 strikeouts. Just wasting a lot of pitches out there.
Yeah, and that happens when the batters hang in there and battle. second strike, getting him to swing.
0-2. Sexton at the plate. He absolutely ripped one out in the left field last time out. Looking to do it again. That one is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Bears both in fresh and ready to go after the complete game earlier.
A bunt. That's going to be foul, bringing the runner back to first base.
Goes down as another strikeout for Lanham. It's 8 on the day now.
Yeah, heck of a job by Lanham. Just lots of pitches on his arm.
He's doing an efficient job. Now up in the 9th spot, Noah Jones. He was a strikeout victim as well. Starting to run out of people who have. We actually have more people that have struck out by Lanham than people that haven't. That one's shrugged off the hands. Got to be on your toes out here.
Yeah, one of the parents having to dodge that one. Got the heart rate up a little bit.
Good job by Mom to stay quick and shifty, because that could have been bad. Someone was lined out of play. Check on the runner here.
Queens dugout is yelling balk. The umpire is not going to call it. Count is now 1-1, 1 out. 1 runner on first.
We've already seen 1 balk today. Oh, caught him a little bit. Weston got caught slacking right there, but just quick enough to get back. Slight hesitation from Weston. Made that close. And that one by Jones is ripped up the middle. Just smooth hitting. Another single. Jones now 1 for 2 on the day. Flips the lineup over. And this is when things can get dangerous.
6 hits by the Royals so far. They've been able to get runners on base, but they just are not able to capitalize on it. And it'll be interesting to see if that happens again, as that's how the trend has been going so far in this second game. Expect Lanham to check on second base here.
Yeah, 1 out. It's a lot of speed everywhere here. Turning 2 will be pretty difficult, so you're looking at having to probably face 2 batters to get 2 outs, unless something's hit right at somebody. Ford roped a single to start the game and then struck out in his last appearance. Takes a first pitch strike there. Nice pitch low. The trend is staying up. 80% of the outs so far today via strikeout. A little check on the runner just to see if anything was going. A swing and a miss. I don't know. It's got to be tough in that batter's box right now trying to pick up on what Lanham's throwing. It seems like either they're right on it or they're just way off.
Yeah, just quite a few pitches for Lanham. He has been getting, what'd you say, 8 strikeouts?
8 strikeouts
wow.
through 10 outs. He's
Just a lot of pitches, though.
now 1-4, able to lay off of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Royals looking to add on to it. They got 1 run in the bottom of the 3rd. 2 runners out there now, 1st and 2nd. It's been active all day for the Royals. Bottom of the 1st inning, they had the bases loaded with 2 outs, unable to get anything out of it though. Lanham now. Strikeout number 9. Can't get it.
A little bit too far inside the plate. Moving the count to 1-2. 1 out. Excuse me. Count is now 2-2.
Big pitch. You can just feel it on the way. Lanham. A swing and a miss. Another strikeout. I just haven't seen anybody this dominant on the mound, it seems like, with so many strikeouts. He's given up 6 hits, but he has 9 Ks already.
Yeah, we haven't seen Lanham get to a full count on, I believe, anybody. He's really stayed ahead in the count. The batters have been battling hard, but yeah, Lanham just comes in.
And the one man that hasn't figured out so far, Riley Cheek, at the plate. He looks at a first pitch strike. Nice off-speed pitch to get it started. Lanham, first at bat was a single, second at bat was a double. He's got 2 ducks on the pond right now, looking to bring them home. And that one's pulled over here to 3rd. Montez can't make a play. And a good job. Just too far into the hole. And Mackey keeping that one in front. Too much speed.
And here we go again. Bases loaded. Josh Lanham throwing a lot of pitches. Mason Picard stepping up to the plate for the Royals.
Picard 0 for 2 on the day. 2 strikeouts. I think we're going to take another moment here to kind of talk things over. If you're the Bears, and you've talked about it, a lot of pitches, but you've got 9 strikeouts through 11 outs. I mean, that's pretty dominant. Only 1 run on the board. You got 3 out there. Same situation in the 1st inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And you were able to get out of trouble then. So, need a couple of pitches here by Lanham, and the Bears are then going to look to get back to the bats.
Yeah, I think this is just for Lanham to kind of take a breath, clear his head, and then he's going to go get in it. I don't see anybody warming up in the I don't see anybody warming up for the Bears, so I'm expecting Lanham to continue pitching.
And I would let him pitch too. I know it hasn't been the smoothest of sailing so far. Hasn't been the smoothest of sailing so far, but gets a first pitch strike right there. Then a big swing and a miss. Pickard, he's been all out of whack trying to figure out Lanham. Down 0-2, 2 outs. Bears dugout looking for a big-time strikeout here. It might get loud here if they get the result they want. And Lanham, he's been dominant so far. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Pickard at the plate. A swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Trouble again for the Bears. Averted as Lanham. 10 strikeouts through 12 outs. That'll take us through 4 here. Bears down. Oh, we'll get a replay of that. As you can just see, bases loaded. Big pitch was on the way, and Lanham gets the swing and a miss. Emotions all over the place, and the Bears down one. Only one hit, but they're going to try to channel it and see if they can figure something out here on the Bear Sports Network. Back here on the Bear Sports Network, and Josh Lanham, he's given up 7 hits, but he also has 10 strikeouts on the day. Mackey at the plate for the Bears, looking to get the party started, down 1.
Only 1 hit for the Bears so far in this second game. It has been tough to find any gaps in this Queens defense. It just seems like anytime they do get a hit, it just goes straight to one of the Queens players, and it's just so tough so far. As the count moves to 2-1.
And Mackey, he got out in his first appearance. He'll be followed by Mike McHugh. Takes one high. Counts now at 3-1. If you're the Bears, you just need something to get this lineup going.
You can hear the players from the bullpen on the LR side starting to get a little amped up here.
And that one,
believe
it's called a ball.
Mackey's going to be walked.
That one is a ball. Mackey now at first. Uh-oh. Keeps the rotation going, though, for the Bears. Mike McHugh, 0 for 1, looking for a hit. Like you said, 1 hit. It's only come from David Bell, an infield single. He had to hustle for it, so now the Bears see if they can get something going. Ball in the dirt. Mackey stays put. Good job by Bailey there, keeping it in front. That one bounced pretty late. Those are the ones that give you a little trouble. May not be able to get down in time.
Yeah, these Bears players, it's not like they haven't been hitting the ball. As we see one, I believe it'll fall foul. Yes, it will be a foul ball. Count moves to 1-1. But it's not like these Bears haven't been able to hit the ball. They've been getting pretty good shots deep. It's just they haven't been able to find the gaps, or they've been straight to a player on this Royals team.
You talk about it, just not a whole lot of space. It's been good contact, but nothing to fall so far for the Bears. McHugh, he was part of that. He absolutely roped one that was just caught on a line shot by Drake Harris last time up, playing over second base. Mike McHugh now, 1-2 in the count, looking to battle here. And that one's in the dirt. It'll get to the backstop, and Mackey takes second base on that one. Big runner advancement for the Bears.
Yeah, that is huge for the Bears, where hits have been scarce today. Being able to advance to second, and the goal is to get to third here to help the team out even a little bit more. Because I feel like if the Bears can get rolling or even get another hit, it could be huge to even tie up the game.
Mike McHugh at the plate, late, and just fights it off. Nice snag in the dugout. Counts even, 2-2, no outs. Runner on second base. Bowling He's been in control so far, but the Bears trying to find a way to get to him.
One runner on second, count at 2-2.
Swing.
It's going to be fouled. Battling hard here for Mike McHugh.
And the Bears seeing a lot going on, just battling McHugh. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner on second, looking to advance him. Sticks the bat out there. Will that drop? It's going to be a long run, and it'll fall down and gets past Mackey. He's going to chug around. He's looking to score. It'll be play, and he's safe. McHugh, second. And the Royals throw it around a little bit, but when it's all said and done, Mike McHugh is at second base with an RBI single.
Yeah, miscues on miscues for the Royals lead to the Bears' first run in this second game. That is huge, AB. Wow. Able to get this Bears team rolling. The dugout is lit up right now.
McHugh, he finally breaks through. He battled in that at-bat. Very important at-bat. Just kind of stuck the bat out there, and sometimes it's not how you hit it. It's just where it falls. That wasn't the hardest hit ball we've seen today from the Bears, but it found the gap, and then a wild bounce gets over the short or the right fielder's head. What's that out there? Cheek. Got over Cheek's head. Wild throw in. Then it was just a scramble drill. Will Jones now at the plate. Takes a first pitch ball. Game tied 1-1. Error will be charged on the throw, or error will be charged on Cheek for letting the ball get over his head. That's what allowed the run to score.
And then another error on the throw to second, trying to get McHugh out.
And a big swing and a miss. Will Jones thought he had one he could hit right there. But instead, counts even now at 1-1. Runner on second. Bears runner in scoring position, looking to take the lead here. Jones tries to place the bunt, but just drops the barrel of the head down a little too much. Misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still no outs in the inning. Bears early on tie it up here. Bowling. Can't let that get to him. He's been good today. Throws one, and Jones puts another one out in the outfield. Late read on it by Ford, and that one falls. McHugh goes in, and that one is going to bounce around. It'll be a double for Will Jones. Tough read right there by Ford. I think the sun is still up, and that one might have been right into it. He kind of froze for a second, and when he found it, just didn't have enough time to get to it, even with his speed.
You know, it was a really solid hit. Well, I just thought, or I kind of saw it, and I thought it was going to go a lot deeper too, and the outfielder hesitated and allowed the ball to fall. It didn't carry like we've seen pretty much every other ball go out there today. So, yeah, this has been a huge inning for the Bears. 2 hits already, 2 Bears on base on second and third, with David Bell heading up to at the plate right now with 0 outs. This could be a huge run for the Bears that they desperately need.
And because of that, and because of the wildness, we're going to take a moment here. We're going to have a mound visit by the Royals, and this one's pretty passionate. The infield's been called in, and you can kind of sense big momentum swing on the way. Coaches are fired up. Sometimes you have mound visits and it's to calm people down, but sometimes you go out there and it's it's a chewing out party. Not a whole lot will be said. It's just a bunch of yes sirs and get back to doing your job. That's what that one looked like. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. David Bell at the plate. He got the first hit of the game with an infield single and is looking for a big one right here to give the Bears the lead.
Yeah, it seemed like this Queens team relaxed a little bit. They felt like they had them, and just a couple of almost lazy plays on the ball, which allowed the Bears to score. And yeah, that will bring out a mound visit.
And a swing and a miss. Bell wanted that one. We seen him put one about 10 feet past the fence foul earlier today. Wind's blowing out, and it looked like he was trying to put 3 runs on the board right there.
Yeah, the wind has switched up on us a little bit. I know the flag says it's heading straight out, but another shot out to center field.
1 run will score. Jones coming around third, and he will score. Big 2 RBI single. David Bell. And the Bears dugout is loud. The bullpen's feeling it. 3 runs in this inning, still no outs.
Yeah, it was about time for this Bears team to start getting hot. You know, they have been hitting the ball through the first 3 innings and even the 4th, but just not able to find gaps in this Queens defense. And I'll tell you what, AB, they found them this inning. 4 hits on the day so far, up to 3 runs now. Runner on first, 0 outs.
Manny Montez at the plate. He shows bunt, throw behind the runner, Bell. He gets back. Montez was a ground out victim his first time up. And how the tide can turn so fast. 4 innings, nothing for the Bears. Bowling was cruising. 1 walk, and next thing you know, 3 runs later, he's desperately looking for an out here. Some action starting up in the bullpen for the Royals. Montez ahead in the count, 2-0.
We haven't seen Bowling really throw a whole lot of pitches up until this inning.
Gets the bunt down, a play, shortstop coming in, and good job by Pickard. Scooping it on the run, making the throw. Montez, the sacrifice bunt, moves the runner over. Baseball is still a team sport, and it's right there. Good job by Montez.
Queens trying to end this big run by the Bears to be able to stay in it.
And now, Drew Glassy, 0 for 2. You gotta believe he's due for something. Bowling, 1 out. Runner on second base, and Glassy, good take. Coach Ramirez tells Glassy to hit your pitch. Don't worry about what he's trying to throw you. Swing and a miss.
Believe he got a piece of it.
Just touched it right there. Being patient. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second base in the form of David Bell. It's a good eye. If there's anything I've seen from Glassy in his plate appearances, just the control. He hasn't had any hits in this game so far, but he's under control over there.
It hasn't looked very rattled either. The last couple have not gone his way, and he gets up there every time, doesn't look rattled, and stays in the game. So he's going to swing and miss on that one, bringing the count to 2-2.
And you can see He wants one. He saw a couple good ones. Feels like he needs to cut down on his swing a little more. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. A hit right here, and the Bears might just lose their mind. And that one is ripped right into the shift. A bouncer, safe, Glassy, flying down the base paths. Speed kills.
Yeah, I don't know if that was as much as speed as the second baseman just took his time throwing the ball over there. It wasn't like he just set his feet. He took a lot longer to throw that ball over to first. Yeah, first baseman Drake Harris, or excuse me, second baseman Drake Harris. Yeah, that was very odd.
Runners on first and second, or first and third, 1 out. Xander Ferlinda at the plate. 0 for 2 as well. Looking for his first hit of the day. And he turns on one. Turns on a little too much.
Watch that go right by our faces. It's almost like 3D.
Somebody just yelled out from the dugout that it's contagious. And hitting is very contagious right now because it seems like all the Bears, they couldn't touch anything. But now it seems like everybody is just locked in.
It's not like they couldn't hit the ball. It's just not able to find gaps, but they're finding just about everywhere on this field right now, along with a couple of mistakes by Queens.
It does help when the opposition gives you a little bit extra, but now 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on the corner. Bears looking to strike and really apply some pressure here. Make this a long 5th inning. Good eye. Takes the one high.
Count now 2-1, 1 out. It's been a very long inning for this Bears team, racking up 4 hits.
That one down the line, good play. Going to try to get the 2.
He's going to get called out.
Going to get called on the exchange there. I think that's the right play. Run does score for the Bears in all of this. Royals, I think they made the right decision. You try to play for the 2 outs and get out of the inning. Pickard makes the throw over, can't make the exchange, trying to work with some quick runners. Bears score another run, and after all that, we're going to have a pitching change here. Bears have scored 4. They lead 4-1. We're going to get the new information and take a quick break here on the Bear Sports Network. back here on the Bear Sports Network, and a lot going on. There will be 2 outs in the inning as the Bears lead 4-1. They've put up 4 runs here. Last run coming on a fielder's choice. Xander Ferlinda able to beat out the double play opportunity, and a new pitcher on the mound, Luke Hutchinson.
Yeah, Hutchinson hoping to end this big 5th inning run by the Bears. 4 runs added up.
And Rennell didn't waste any time. Hit one in the air, and it's going to be some trouble, but Harris came over, makes the play, ends the inning. Hutchinson does his job, but the Bears strike for 4 of them. And they lead 4-1 after 4.5 innings. We'll be back on the Bear Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, Anthony Brown with Chris Rickenbaugh. Long top of the 5th right there. Bears got things a little crazy. 4 runs. They're leading now 4-1. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Bears. The Royals, they've got a lot of hits, but they've also struck out a lot. 1 run on 7 hits, and they made an error in that last inning.
Yeah, give the credit where it's due. Lanham just being able to stay ahead in the count has been where the Bears have been taking advantage.
And in that last inning for the Bears, half inning, a lot happened. But now Lanham back to work. He's already struck out 10 batters. Looking for another one, and this one's fouled off. Run the count to 0-2. And a play out there.
Oh, my.
Foul territory. Man with rubber hands just caught that one out of the air.
Might need to get signed to the team after that one.
What a play. Even the spectators are getting involved in this one. A little chopper back to Lanham. He makes the throw over to first. Threw it about 100 miles per hour, but Mackey able to catch it and record the first out of the inning.
Lanham doing a great job out on the mound today, but has thrown a lot of pitches. Is this the inning where we start to see those add up, or do you expect him to just keep rolling?
I think for him, he's not really worried about his pitch count as much as he is of the hits he's given up. If he's still going to get strikeouts, in order to strike somebody out, you got to throw at least 3 pitches. So eventually those tally up. He has 10 of them on the day. Most strikeouts we've seen from an LR Bears since 2019, as he had Harris out in front of it on that one. Last time we had a Bears pitcher who had 10 or more strikeouts was Paul Hall in March 10th, 2019. He had 11, also against Queens. It's Lanham right now looking for his 11th strikeout. 2 swings from Harris, and both of them just golfing at it. Lanham is in complete control out there. It's been a while since we've seen somebody look this dominant.
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun to watch so far.
Comes set. And that one is pulled towards Mackey at first, and he'll take it. 2 outs in the inning. It's something we haven't seen a whole lot of today. No strikeouts in this inning.
Yeah, we've seen this more on the Queens side early in the game. The Bears being able to take care of the job on defense, get those outs, save Lanham's arm a little bit here, as he's done his job on the mound. Now it's time to let his team help him out here to try and finish out this game.
And a big swing and a miss right there as Julian Bailey, the catcher, steps up. 0-1, 2 outs. 7 hits, but only 1 run out of it. Pitch on the outside, evens the count at 1-1.
Count moves to 1-1, 2 outs.
A strike there, 1-2. Bears looking for a 1-2-3 inning. After a big inning, there's nothing just more impressive than pitcher being able to come out and sit the opposition right back down so you can get back to the bats. Swing and a miss. And look at all that emotion.
How about that? 11 strikeouts.
Give us a chant. How you do, Josh Lanham. He's having himself a day on the mound. The Bears lead 4-1. We'll be back here on the Bear Sports Network. Back here on the Bear Sports Network, Anthony Brown with Chris Rickenbaugh. And we're through 5. Bears lead 4-1, trying to take the 4th game of this 4-game set. They won earlier today, final score of 5-1. And now, after a big 4 running in the top half of the 4th, Nick Clarno up at the plate.
Luke Hutchison taking over the pitching duties. Last inning, getting that last out for the Queens Royals, ending that 4-run by the Bears.
Clarno last time up, he struck out. Doesn't have a hit so far on the day, but trying to change his fortune now. It seems like momentum has swung all the way back to the Bears. Fouls that one off. That'll go into the crowd as well. Catches a bleacher.
Yeah, keeping the parents on their toes today, as we've seen a couple fouled off in that direction.
2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Clarno gets a hold of that one. It's going back. It's going to hit the fence. And that'll be a double.
Big hit by the Bears there. They had their 4-run. They were going in the top of the 5th inning. I was curious to see if they were able to keep it going. They've been hitting the ball really, really well, not able to find gaps in this Queens defense. But that last inning, they really found it, and they're starting to get on a little bit of a run here.
Bears piecing it together. Clarno, I thought that one had a chance to get out of the park. Headed to the deepest part of the field, stayed in, double. Mackey, he's at the plate. He's the one that started all the trouble last inning with a walk. And he'll be back up there looking for his first hit of the day. Got the first run, but now looking for a hit. Clarno on second base. Hutchinson playing the cat and mouse games, just staring down Mackey until he has to call times. Hutchinson came in. First thing he did was get an out on E.J. Rennell in the threat. Bears, like you said, made a lot of contact early on, couldn't find any holes. And then the top of the 5th, it just came together, all of it. Now they have 6 hits, almost matching the 7 that the Royals have, but the difference is on the runs. Bears with 4 of them, Royals only with 1. Mackey takes it outside, and as this game just keeps going on, I think something we can look back on for Queens is in that in the bottom half of the first, they had the bases loaded, 2 outs, didn't get anything. In the second, they had runners at the corners, didn't get anything. And they missed some opportunities. They got 1 run in the third. As Mackey slices that one out to right field, it's going to be caught by Cheek. And Clarno will tag up and advance. Runner on third, 1 out.
Depending on how this game keeps rolling, well, yeah, we definitely will be looking at those first couple innings where Queens was able to load up the bases and get quite a few runners on the base, and Lanham just absolutely dominant with the strikeouts, 11 on the day. You know, that's really tough for Queens. They had those opportunities right in front of them, just not able to take advantage of them.
11 strikeouts, ties for the most we've seen in a few years. Paul Hall, he had 11 strikeouts against the Royals on March 10th, 2019. And Lanham, he's on a different world today, just mowing people down. 11 of the 15 outs have been via strikeout so far. It's just insane. At the plate, Mike McHugh. 2 balls, no strikes. Infield is in. You can feel that the Royals sensed the importance of this runner on third. And McHugh tries to hold back on a swing, and it catches a piece of the bat. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, McHugh put the bat out a little bit too far. I believe he was going to watch it go by as the pitch looked pretty high from here. Keeping the runner on third. Count is 2-1, 1 out. Hutchinson for Queens only giving up 1 hit so far.
And a big swing and a miss right there. Hutchinson really looked back and brought everything he had on that one. Evens the count now, 2-2. 1 out, runner on third. If you're Mike McHugh, you just probably want to get this one into the outfield. The Bears have been testing the arms of the Royals all weekend. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to do it again. But this time he doesn't budge. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Clarno started the inning off with a double.
Bears hoping they can continue this run they've been on putting a couple more runs up on the board. That one's a little bit low, and he's going to be walked. McHugh advances the first. 2 runners on base now for the Bears. As we see Will Jones stepping up to the plate.
Jones, he's 1 for 2. He had a double last time out, though. Smoked one out into the gap. He's going to look for one here that he can take care of and bring across the run. Signs being brought in. Runners on the corner. Defense started out strong, but that last inning, it let the Royals down. They're going to need the defense to make a big play here. Shows bunt, pulls back. Feel like it's not a bat from Will Jones if he doesn't show bunt at least once.
Yeah, with only 1 out, I wouldn't put it out of the question that they're looking for a sacrifice bunt here. Maybe load up the bases, possibly.
And a little check swing will get past the pitcher into a hole, and that's the game you play when you shift. Players aren't in the normal spots. Harris was over second base, and just a little dribbler will lead to an RBI single for Will Jones. 2 for 3 on the day for him.
Giving the Bears another run. 5-1 is the score now. Each team apiece with 7 hits. And this Bears team just on a roll.
David Bell, he got the first hit of the game. He had a 2 RBI single last time. And my, oh my, how this game has flipped on its head.
Yeah, this is a very different looking game than we saw in the first 2 innings, where Queens loaded up the bases, went 3 up, 3 down for the Bears. It's looking a lot different now.
And it feels like it's just slowly building, and it's an avalanche right now that the Royals are trying to figure out how they're going to stop. Down 2-0 in a count. Hutchinson needs a big pitch here. 1 out. Runners on first and second. David Bell at the plate. He's 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles. Looks at that one low, and the composure in the box, it's starting to show everybody now. They're seeing the ball well.
Yeah, just a hats off to these batters for the Bears. They've just been on top of it. They've been attacking through this entire second game and just being able to find the gaps now.
Lights are starting to come on here at Durham Field. So we see a strike poured in. Runs the count to 3-1. We'll see how this play starts to look. Your first time seeing the turf under the lights. I think it's just as pretty, if not prettier.
Oh, absolutely.
And the ball's fouled straight back. It'll make the count full. Interesting to watch the runners here. As with a full count. Only 1 out, though. They don't have to run, but might see him try to get a head start. Avoid any double plays.
Yeah, possibly advancing to getting the runners to second and third. Just more possibilities for runs to be put on the board and possibly put this game away a little bit early, as we're seeing them take off here.
And Mike McHugh is tagged out at third. Coach Ramirez is going to check on his guy, make sure he's okay. That'll end the inning here. Bears put on a little trouble. They push 1 more run across. 5-1 is your score here, and we'll be back on the Bear Sports Network.
Our decision as a conference last Thursday to cancel the spring season was not made lightly.
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, Anthony Brown with Chris Rickenbaugh, game 4 of a 4-game set between the Bears and the Royals, 2 yesterday, and the second one today. We've been treated to a absolutely beautiful day and a great performance by Josh Lanham on the mound, who gets us started here. In the bottom of the 6th, a nice looking pitch is taken for a ball. Zach Weston at the plate.
Lanham, 11 strikeouts so far today. Looking for 12. Last time we've seen 11 strikeouts is a couple years ago. Not something you see every day, but he has been so dominant on the mound, allowing 7 hits, but only 1 run. And
that one hit over to Ferlanda at second. Ferlanda, actually, and he takes care of it for the first out, just so you can know how dominant Lanham's been. There's 16 outs in the game, and 11 of them have been via strikeout. That is just dominating. But that'll keep us moving on to Alex Sexton. He's got a hit for the Royals, but he struck out in his last appearance. He looks at a good first pitch. Lanham's not wasting any time. Gets a swing and a miss. And I said it earlier for the Royals, it seems like either they've been right on it or they've been just completely guessing. In the last few innings, haven't made as much noise as they did in the first 3.
yeah, the outfield hasn't been in use very much lately. Got to keep them engaged in case one of these Royals really gets a hold of a ball. We haven't seen any exit the stadium today yet.
Talked about it beforehand. We thought that might have been a possibility with a strong wind blowing out, but just good pitching by everybody, not allowing for a lot of balls to really catch any air.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more pop flies kind of fall towards the outfield, but no moonshots exiting the stadium yet.
And that one is fouled. One and 2, 1 out. Lanham always looking for a strikeout here. Swing and a miss. Number 12. Josh Lanham, most strikeouts we've seen in a while. Just a dominating performance. We talked about it. He's got a lot of pitches, but he still looks really good out there.
Yeah, you can't ask for much more from your pitcher. You know, he's just been doing such a great job staying ahead in the count, not falling to a full count. As we're going to see a big rip, fly ball to the infield, and it's going to be caught for the 3rd out, ending the 6th inning. And we will be back after a short break to see the Bears bat on the Bear Sports Network.
back here on the Bears Sports Network. Bears are leading 5-1. Going into the top of the 7th inning. Manny Montez at the plate. Anthony Brown with Chris Rickenbaugh. Chris, just can't say enough about the pitching performance the Bears are getting. 12 strikeouts from Josh Lanham. And the bats also have waken up too.
Yeah, the bats have been there through this entire second game, getting it going right at the end of the second. But, yeah, the Bears have just been hitting the ball really, really well throughout this entire game, not being able to find the gaps. It seemed like it was just going straight to a player every single time. But a huge hit out to center field. It's going to be caught for the first out. Just like that, exactly what I was talking about. It seems like it would just find one of the outfielders, be a fly ball that this team or that the Queens Royals were able to capitalize on, just like that one. But through that 5th inning and the 6th, they were able to start finding the gaps, and that's when the lead really exploded for these Bears.
And you talk about it, the Bears, they made a lot of contact early. First time through the lineup, didn't get a lot of success until they got to David Bell. He got the first hit for the Bears. It was the second time through that they really figured it out and really started to get something going. Since then, they found holes. A new pitcher on the mound, Caleb Staley for the Royals. He'll go in and relieve Luke Hutchinson. Did a pretty good job out of the pen. Only allowed 1 run. But Glassy absolutely hammers one. It goes out to the fence. Will it be gone? And it's out of there. Moonshot solo home run. Drew Glassy.
We've been talking about it all day. When will one of these exit the stadium? And a moonshot it was. Almost cleared the tree, too. What a shot by Glassy. This Bears team is fired up in the dugout, and I believe we're going to take a look at it.
And you can see on this replay, Glassy was sitting there, got a pitch he liked, and he knew it off the bat. That one went a long way. They gave it a run. But just like that, the Bears have now scored in 3 straight innings.
It doesn't matter what pitcher you throw at this Bears team. They are locked in right now, and they are hitting the ball very well.
And particularly Glassy, his 5th home run on the season. Just an absolute tower. Second hit of the day for him. He's 2 for 4. And that keeps the lineup moving. Xander Ferlinda, he takes a swing at it. In the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out already.
Score 6-1. Bears with 8 hits compared to the Royals 7. 1 out in this inning.
Ferlinda takes 1 outside. Now the count will be even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's going to move Glassy's home run count up to 5 as well. Ferlinda leans into that one. Didn't like it.
Pitch on the way. And Ferlinda will turn inside. Take that one for a walk. So the Bears keep on having the line move. 1 out to start the inning, and then a moonshot solo blast by Drew Glassy, and Ferlinda then gets a walk.
E.J. Rennell stepping up to the plate now. Has had a pretty good day so far, and a shot down the line. That's going to be called foul.
Pickard gave it a reach, but that was ripped. Just hammered down the line. A little too quick for him to get a piece of that. Rennell, he's got a little power on his bat too. Got to be careful with the wind blowing out. It seems like the Bears might be able to get a couple more runs here. Ferlinda on first. A threat to run, but with the lefty, plays it close to the bag.
really whipping right now.
Yeah. You can see that whenever there's an infield fly. Infielders having a lot of trouble dealing with it. Pitch is on the way. Rennell gets under it. And it's going to hook just foul. So close to another one.
Cleared the bullpen over there for the Bears. Moving the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out.
Rennell's going to try to straighten that one out. See if he can do something with it in the field of play.
Runner on second for the Bears. That's Xander Ferlenda.
Ferlenda, second. Takes a decent lead. 6-1 is our score. Rennell at the plate. And he lays off of it. He wanted to swing at that one, but thought better of it. Now counts even. 2-2. Staley trying to get an out after giving up the home run.
I'd be keeping an eye on Ferlenda. These Bears able to steal bases, wanting to put more runs up on the board. In a fly ball in the infield, caught for the second out of the inning.
And you can see there were 4 Royals there because that wind, it's swirling up there. That one was hit a mile high. You got to make sure you play it safe, have all your corners covered. And Drake Harris, he came in, called him off, records the second out for Linda on second base, and now Nick Clarno at the plate.
We saw a couple costly mistakes in the 5th inning by the Royals, leading to that 4-run inning by the Bears. So, you know, Coach had to be on him a little bit about that one. We saw a couple trips to the mound. And now the Royals starting to figure it out, but still allowing some runs to go through.
And a reminder, they are the designated home team here, so they will be hitting in the bottom half of these innings. Clarno at the plate. Takes the ball, runs the count even, 1-1. Clarno on the day is 1 for 3. His last time up was a double, though, so a double right now would score a run. For the Bears with the speed of Ferlinda, maybe a single could get him across home plate. Good eye right there.
Pitcher Caleb Staley putting a little bit on it for that one.
Clarno, he gets up under one, and that one's out towards the gap. Ford circles behind it, and that'll do. Here in the top half of the 7th, going into the 7th inning stretch, your Bears get a run, and they lead 6-1 here on the Bear Sports Network.
Hickory's hometown jeweler celebrates our hometown teams, college sweethearts. These couples met and fell in love in Hickory and have been together ever since. For the past 38 years, we've helped our clients celebrate a lot of milestones, and stories like these are some of our favorites. Bring your love back to where it all began. Show your college sweetheart the past as you look together to the future, and let us help you start your future here at Oz's Jewelers.
back here on the Bears Sports Network. And Anthony Brown here with Chris Rickenbaugh. Chris, you get your stretches in? Because I did as we go into the 7th inning stretch, come out of it.
Yes. Oh, yeah, getting all the stretches in. Starting to cool down a little bit. You see the team breaking out the sweatshirts. Still very, very windy. One hit outside the park today. Just an absolute moonshot.
And now we have up at the plate Dominic Ford, leadoff hitter for the Royals. They controlled this game early on, had all the momentum, but since the 4th inning, it's been all LR, and they're looking for something Ford to get it started here. 2 strikeouts in his last appearance after getting a hit to start out the game.
Yeah, Josh Lanham on the mound has been dominant. 12 strikeouts, looking for 13 here as he threw another one. Count is now 0-2 here in the bottom of the 7th.
0-2, and you said it. 12 strikeouts so far. Looking for a big one here, and that one is lined out there to Ferlinda. Ford with some wheels. Made that play pretty close, but the Bears taking care of business. 1 out here. 1 down, and next up is Riley Cheek. He's 3 for 3 on the day. He has 2 singles and a double. As I said, the only Royal right now who's got Lanham figured out.
Yeah. The Bears allowing 7 hits total today as that one's fouled out. Lanham throwing a lot of pitches in the first few innings, but really just hasn't showed any signs of slowing down. Has been so consistent throughout the entire day. See a few pitchers throwing in the pen, but allowing Lanham to try and finish out this game as he's been on it today.
And at this rate, you just let him go, I think, until he either hits that pitch count number or gets into some trouble, as Cheek is in front of that one, and he's at 2 strikes. Lanham looking to get out. The only person he hasn't been able to retire so far today. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Cheek has, like I said, he had a very loud single and an even louder double before getting an infield single in his last appearance. Down 1-2 here. Lanham with the pitch. And they thought they had him.
I believe that's going to be a ball.
Thought they had him. That was a pretty pitch, and good job by Cheek to lay off of it. He saw it. He recognized it. Little head nod. Gamesmanship. Counts even. 2-2. Lanham set. Gets a swing and a miss.
13 strikeouts for Josh Lanham. What a day so far. Wow.
A baker's dozen. Wow. It's not every day you just wake up and expect to see 13 strikeouts. Lanham's already been given Pitcher of the Week accolades once, and the performance he's putting on today, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it again.
Oh, no. His name better be on in the top 2 in that list, if not number 1. He's just had himself a day. Lenoir-Rhyne pitching has just been on it. As we saw Andrew Patrick in the first game take care of business, throw a 3-hitter.
Patrick with the 7-inning complete game, trying to get 7 innings out of here out of Lanham. He's up in the count, 0-1. Mason Pickard at the plate. He looks at a strike. 0-2, 2 outs. It doesn't even look like he's wearing down. It looks like he's getting better out there on the mound.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely not worse. Just looking so consistent throughout the entire day.
He's coming set now. 0-2, 2 outs. Looking for number 14. And, thought he had it, and he gets it.
3 pitches, 3 strikes 14 strikeouts for Josh Lanham.
Wow.
And we'll be back for the top of the 8th inning.
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, top of the 8th inning. We're going to 9 in this final game of a 4-game set. LR leading 6-1. Matt Mackey at the plate and a new pitcher on the mound, Tanner Jacobson. And it's been just a heck of a pitching performance by the Bears so far. It's Josh Lanham, 14 strikeouts.
Yeah, you heard the dugout. That's a bad man. 14 strikeouts, as you said, has just been on it. He's allowed 7 hits, but only 1 run on the day, as his teammates have been able to help him out along the way. And then Queens just trying to throw anything they have at the Bears right now to try and end these innings.
Something to slow him down right now as Mackey gets up in the count, 2-0. Jacobson, right-handers coming in the game. And we've seen a few pitchers already, which would look like it was going to be an okay start for Bowling. He looked good early on, and then the Bears finally were able to break through and get some runs on the board off of him. They now have more hits than the Royals, who've been sitting at that number 7 for a while.
Yeah, this is the 4th pitcher we've seen in this second game between the Queens Royals and the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Today is a shot down the line. It'll be fair, but caught for the first out.
Jones able to circle behind that one, record the first out of the inning, and Jacobson off to a good start.
As we see number 15, Mike McHugh, stepping up to the plate. Has had a solid day batting today. Came into today batting .200 with 10 at-bats. Those numbers have greatly changed.
McHugh, you mentioned it, has an RBI on the day. Also has a single as well, to his credit. Patient there. He's up in the count, 2-0 as well. 1 out on the inning thanks to a fly ball by Mackey.
The Royals down 6-1, hoping they can make this a short inning to get back to batting.
And a strike right there gets it to 2-1. I think the thing for the Royals is they just haven't been able to get any momentum back from earlier on when the Bears, I mean, they were on their heels. They finally get a couple defensive plays, and now it seems like everything's working in their favor. As McHugh has one fouled off the top of his foot. That never feels good.
No, I can't imagine that would. That's going to raise the count 2-1, 1 out.
The Bears. McHugh, even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch on the way. And a good pitch, but a confident take makes the count full.
A long 2 days full of baseball, a doubleheader yesterday against Queens with Lenoir-Rhyne being the home team, and then back again today for Sunday's doubleheader. As the count is full, McHugh's going to be
Looks like he was
walked.
hit by the pitch right there. Actually caught that one off the hand. So he'll be awarded the base. Puts a runner on. And enter into the box your right fielder, Will Jones. Crazy thing about Will Jones is he actually has the most multi-hit games on this Bears roster. A lot of new faces, but Jones, he's been a staple. Takes a first pitch strike there. He's got 2 hits today as well, a double and a single, an RBI to his name.
Bears able to score in the last 3 innings, looking to keep that streak alive, putting more runs on the board.
Now one goes to the backstop, McHugh, all the way down to second base.
A wild pitch not being able to be scooped up by the catcher is going to result in a stolen base, advancing to second.
Checks the runner. Jones gets under it. Will it stay in play? Sexton chasing after it and makes a confident catch. McHugh decides to stay put at second base. 2 outs on the inning, runner at second. And Will Jones is retired. David Bell now coming up to the plate. He's got 2 RBIs on the day.
Bears record so far is 5-5 coming into the second game. They are 3-4 in the conference after dropping 1 game to Queens yesterday and then winning the past 2 games, 1 yesterday and the early game today, looking for 3 straight against the Queens Royals. Played very well in the first game. Rather low scoring, and then just turned it on after a quiet few innings in the 5th for 4 runs.
And Bell gets out in front of it. That'll go towards the first base bag. Sexton gathers it, records the out, and that'll do quiet top half of the 8th for the Bears. But they still lead 6-1, 6 runs on 8 hits. We're going to take a quick break and be back here on the Bears Sports Network.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, bottom half of the 8th inning. Bears leading 6-1. Anthony Brown with Chris Rickenbaugh. And the day is over for Josh Lanham. Just an absolutely spectacular performance. 14 strikeouts, 3 behind the school record that was set in 2017 by Thomas St. Clair. He'll be replaced by Jared Large, who comes into a 6-1 game, looking to finish it out here.
Yeah, Jared Large coming into today only has 1 appearance, so this will be his second.
Carter Foster at the plate, and Large picking up right where Lanham left off, filling up the strike zone.
Yeah, Large going to take care of business. He's only allowed 1 hit and 1 run, and then he has 2 strikeouts on the day as an error is going to allow Queens to get a runner on base.
Just a misplay right there by Mackey. Kicked right off of his glove a little bit. First error of the game for the Bears, but it puts a runner on. Keep it going now to number 23, Drake Harris. He's playing out at second base. Very involved in this game.
First pitch is going to be a ball. 8 hits allowed today, or 8 hits by the Bears today, allowing 7. Lanham only allowing 1 run, though, as that pitch is going to be inside for ball 2. Runner on first, 0 outs.
2 balls, no strike. Large, a right-handed pitcher. Big leg kick. Gets a swing and a miss right there. Fouled off. This Bears team today has been extremely effective. Oh, just a soft toss over to him. Let him know that you're paying attention.
Yeah, we saw Lanham really early in the game, checking on the base runner up to 4 times before throwing a pitch. as this will be 2. Very close call, but he's going to be called safe.
Wow. What a play right there.
I thought he got him there, but oh, fastball by Large. That one was a heater, but it'll be called ball for ball 3.
Large comes set. Time is called.
A great weekend for baseball. 50 degrees yesterday, no wind. Today got up to 70 degrees, but rather windy, as you can hear it right now. But
Hit by pitch right there on the foot of Harris. Puts runners on first and second, and you just got to think for the Royals, and they have to be happy to see anybody other than Lanham right now on the mound. For the Bears, it's going to still take an effort to finish this. It's only a 5-run game. We've seen crazier things happen. The Royals batting in the bottom half of the inning as they are the designated home team, having this series moved to Hickory in anticipation of bad weather. Julian Bailey at the plate takes a big swing at it. He struck out his last 2 times up and flew out in his first appearance. Looking for success here.
Two runners on base for Queens on first and second. Large is going to have to keep an eye on the runner on second, hoping he doesn't steal.
It's a good pitch. Large had Bailey kind of caught in between. Runs to count to 1 and 2. Looks like the Royals, they've been really active on the base pass today. The Bears not too worried about it right now, though. No outs in the inning. A check swing.
Bears wanting that to be called a strike.
Check swing and a no-go. Large, count even. Gets Bailey out in front, goes to first with the nice toss, and that'll get the first out of the inning. Now runners on second and third.
With 1 out.
Zach Weston coming up to the plate. He was a ground out victim last time. He's also been hit by a pitch and struck out today.
Possibly expect a bunt here, a sacrifice bunt. Trying to get one of these runners to home to score another run for the Queens Royals.
Large comes set. And nice pitch right there. Gets ahead in the count. 0-1. 1 out. Runners on second and third. Royals looking to just chip away here. They have 5 outs left to play with, and got to start making some runs. That one taken a little bit outside. 5 outs left and 5 runs needed to tie this one up. Swing. That one's popped up in the air. It's not going to be an easy play. And after all the craziness, trying to figure out who's calling for it.
Yeah, I watched that one go all the way up, and you saw the wind actually take it back. Yeah, I believe it was the pitcher, Jared Large, right under the ball, and then the wind got a hold of it and brought it all the way back.
Just absolutely took control of that one at the last minute, but a good bounce for the Bears as it bounces foul and they touch it out of play. It's all said and done. Shot over to Ferlinda, and they make the play. Royals get another run. So after 4 innings of nothing, they finally get back on the board. 6-2 is the score with the fielder's choice. Give a RBI to Weston.
Large still not allowed a hit. Both batters, the one that just scored and the one on third, were both walked. It's been pretty solid so far with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th here. After just a monster day by Lanham, 14 strikeouts.
That's a good pitch right there to get ahead in the count. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss.
Swinging for the fences right there, just a little too far underneath the ball.
A.J. Thomas at the plate, getting his first appearance of the day. He sticks it out.
Foul ball into the road. I don't believe it made it there.
Good job right there of Thomas. Just taking his time right there. Was in front of it and slowed his hands down enough to foul it off. 0-2, 2 outs, Large. Looking for the put-out pitch. And one in the dirt, and Clarno just eats it all up. Runner's not able to advance, and Harris at third. Counts now 1-2.
Bears dugout getting excited, hoping for a strikeout here. A little bit of a wild pitch. It's going to not being able to make a play at the plate. It's going to allow another run to score. Bears now leading 6-3. Nobody on base for Queens. The count is 2-2 with 2 outs. Large hoping he can close this one out.
Thomas receives the pitch, and he's punched out. That'll end the inning. 15th strikeout of the day. And the Bears, after giving up a couple of runs, they still lead 6-3 here going into the final frame. Bears leading 6-3 on the Bear Sports Network.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip Hop Group Tag Team to help you plan dessert?
Fresh vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could.
back here on the Bears Sports Network. 9th inning of work. LR is leading 6-3. New pitcher on the mound, Lenoir-Rhyne. Saw him also in game 1 as well. The lefty came in, got a few outs. Also got a strikeout during his time in game 1. So looking for another good appearance out of him now are the Royals, who got a couple runs back in that last inning. Still down 3, so they're looking to get quick work of the Bears as Manny Montez will start it out.
Yeah, the Royals have had a new pitcher every inning since the 5th inning, just throwing anything they can at the Bears to try and end this game for them, to not allow them to put any more runs on the board, as Montez is going to float that ball out into the infield, and it will be caught for the first out of the inning.
I know Montez hasn't had a hit today, but he's had a good game at the plate. He had a sac bunt earlier, a couple of effective ground outs, and that one he just missed it right off the hand. So still good plate appearances for him, but he's done a lot of really good work with his glove. They flip it over to the star of this lineup, Drew Glassy. Last time we saw him, he hit one so far into the trees. Almost lost it.
Weston was the shortstop that made the play for the first out.
See a lot of changes around as Thomas stays in the game and goes to first base now for the Royals. Glassy, nice and comfortable take right there. Gets the count to 2-0. He's 2 for 4. He had a single, and as well as we talked about it, the home run. And the top of the 7th. Takes another one high. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. I'd be surprised if he gets something to hit right here. Don't want to serve anything up to a hitter like this.
Yeah, we've seen this twice today where they don't want to take any chances with Galassi. And I believe that's going to be a strike right there. You don't want to give Galassi anything near the strike zone after what you saw the last time he was up at bat. Hit an absolute moonshot dead center for a home run. And that's going to be the 4th ball, and he's going to be walked, letting Xander Ferlenda come up to the plate.
Xander Ferlenda, 0 for 3 on the day. But he's got an RBI, and he's also been walked. RBI came on a fielder's choice early on. That's what actually tied this game up. At the early stages of 1. Hits one behind the first base line right there. Thomas tried to give it a quick crawl. Unable to keep that one in play. So the count is 0-1. Runner on first, 1 out. Ferlenda trying to get a hit today. Hasn't been his best day at the plate, but he's been effective when he needed to. Good take right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind's still blowing out, Chris. Lights are in full effect. Sun is gone. And it's a lovely night.
Yeah, a little bit chilly. Wish I would have packed a sweatshirt, but has been a very nice day out at the ballpark for a doubleheader, as it has been all weekend. Hoping to end it with a Bears win here.
A swing and a miss at a pitch high. Ferlenda had big eyes on that one. Got all the way up to 72 at one point today. It was nice and pretty. A little hot, actually. And now creeping back down into the mid-60s. The wind has been a constant factor. But the best weekend of baseball we've had so far. And both teams have treated us to 4 really good games. 2 games yesterday, going down to the wire. 1 earlier today. It's close, and then the Bears finally made some plays to create some separation, and now the Royals looking to get 3 out so they can go back to the plate and see if they can force this one to extras or even take the lead in the bottom half.
Bears' next game will be Wednesday at home. A deep shot to center field, not enough on it. It's going to be a fly out for the second out of the inning.
That one looked like the wind might have caught it and hung it up there a little bit as it's swirling out there, not blowing out as much now. Ferlinda got a good hold of it, but
yeah,
Dominic Ford able to just circle underneath it.
Yeah, that might have been able to sit right in the open spot, but I believe the wind took it again, as we've said that many times today.
And Rennell, it's a rough day at the plate for him. He's hit a couple hard shots, hasn't found a gap. He'd love to get one now. Gets a piece of it. Will it find a hole? And good job by Drake Harris to show off the range, not worry about running into his outfielder and make the play. That'll do for the Bears in the top half of the ninth. Going into the bottom half, 3 outs away from getting 3 victories in this 4-game stand. They lead 6-3 on the Bear Sports Network. Back here on the Bear Sports Network, bottom half of the ninth, and closer Ben Friebel into the game. Preseason second-team all-conference selection. He got the save yesterday, and he's looking to get a save right here.
Yeah, so far on the season for Friebel, this is his 3rd appearance. He's 0-1 as a starter. That ball is going to be fouled off. He's allowed 5 hits and 4 runs to be scored. 0 strikeouts on the year so far. But being second-team all-conference, you cannot take him lightly. You know what he can do to end this ball game. As that second ball is going to be fouled off as well, moving the count to 0 balls, 2 strikes.
And at the plate right now, Noah Jones. He's had a decent day, got a hit. His last appearance was a fly out. And he's down 0-2 here. Friebel is going to let out a grunt every time he throws a pitch. At that time, hits the batter. And that'll put 1 runner on. Moves the tying run to the on-deck circle. Something you got to keep in mind. If you're the Royals, you need runners because you're down 3 here. Jones, good one to run. Lineup flips over to Ford. 1 for 4 on the day. Got a hit in the very first appearance of the game. Since then, strikeout, ground out. He's looking to change that fortune. Down 0-1 in the count.
There are more pitchers warming up in the bullpen if needed, but hopefully not having to use them, as Freeble puts 2 strikes on Dominic Ford.
Noah Jones was also preseason second team all-conference selection, so that was all-conference on all-conference, and Jones won the battle there. Freeble will check on him. Again, up 0-2 in the count. Runner on first, Ford at the plate. Looking to get out of trouble here. A big swing and a miss.
It's going to be Freeble's first strikeout on the season so far. It's exactly what you need from the Bears. Trying to end this game. Only 2 more outs. 1 runner on first for the Royals.
That's the 15th strikeout of the game for the Bears. Or correction, 16th strikeout of the game.
Yeah, pitching has been dominant today, starting with Lanham, 14 strikeouts. Just a monster day. Definitely going to be pitcher of the week again if I had to put my bets on it.
That one's fouled off. He'll get a good run from his teammate, Andrew Patrick, who in the first game gave us a 7 innings complete game. Following up, so that's back-to-back complete games for him after the no-hitter in his last appearance for Patrick. And you go on to game 2, Lanham, he's 14 Ks. And now Freeble, he's got 2 strikes on Riley Cheeks here. Runner on first, 1 out. Bears can get a double play and end this, or maybe another strikeout.
As you just heard Coach Ramirez say, anybody in the outfield gets the ball. Ball goes to second. They are looking for the outs now.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Jones on first. And that one up to second base. We might have our double play. Toss, Bell, across. And that'll do it for this game. Or no, correction. Safe at second base. Out at first.
I believe they're going to switch that. He was out at second.
Or correction, yeah, you're right. Out.
I think they might have a discussion here. I saw out at second, safe at first.
And
foot was on the bag before he got the ball to first base.
So let's see. When all said and done, we're going to get a quick conversation with Coach Ramirez. And when the dust settles, there will be 2 outs in this inning. We're going to have a replay just to show a little crazy sequence there. It's a shot up to Ferlinda. Took care, flipped it over, and the play in question will be at second base. They're going to say that he didn't touch it. So Jones safe at second, but we had an out at first with Cheek. I don't know if either team's really satisfied with that result, but 2 outs in the inning, and it's continued on to Mason Pickard. 0 for 4 on the day. He's already got 3 strikeouts, and he's down 0-1 after fastball is pumped right past him.
Yeah, that was a heater right there, AB. Trying to end this game, 1 more out.
And correction, Pickard, he's got 4 appearances and 4 strikeouts. He's looking at another one. Already got a platinum sombrero. Bears, they can feel it now. One strike away. And the pitch, that one lined in the right field. Jones will take care of it, and the Bears will win here. Take game 2. Take 3 out of 4 against the Royals, winning both games today. First game, a score of 5-1 in this game. Final score of 6-3. Quick recap after getting the first run of the game in the bottom of the third were the Royals. The Bears answered with 4 in the top of the 5th and never looked back as they got one more in the 6th and 7th. 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th by the Royals. And that'll do as the Bears win 6 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. Royals had 3 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. Bears move their records to 5-4 on the season. And in conference, they'll be even now at 4-4. And the Bears, the next time we will see them play will be on Wednesday against Lincoln Memorial. They take 3 out of 4 here against the Royals. Thank you for joining us, and have a great evening on the Bears Sports Network.